Another professional.
Thank you, sir.
Young thing.
Young thing, I love it.
So as well, try to start the fire with natural thing, no gas or kerosene or anything like that. This is my little carapulia tree here. It's in the tail of it, that'll come on water. I have a breadfruit tree here and all growing tall and doing nothing.
That sounds kind of like me, boy.
I don't want to say that. At least I want piece to start. This here is what we call that. Well, usually it's supposed to be metal because you're using it against fire. So this is what we call a pukni. So you blow through here to get some oxygen in there to light up, but because of the amount of breeze, well, it's lighting good so far. This was a gift from a subscriber, Rudy and Lisa. So I was gifted this about 3 birthdays ago. I was always looking to buy one of this set, and so happened that Lisa and Rudy brought a set for me. There's one. Each one comes with a miniature knife and a sharpening stone. This is only come out on special occasions. This one.
And you use these knives for cooking?
Yeah, but on special occasions. even the chopping board and all this come out on special occasions. Especially for fireside cooking. But I don't like when I black up shea or the rest of pots. So I bought these 2 pots, we call them the twins, Chatak and Matak. I remind you of your partner.
Yeah, it does.
Actually, we asked a few subscribers to say, to give us a name, and Sharon Omar, I guess you're familiar with Sharon Omar, she gave us the name Chatak and Matak.
Excellent.
So enough, I don't know which is which now, they're so identical.
Yeah.
So we pin up one here. And to that, add some oil to the pot, allow it to hot. So when I do this, I like to see my pot level. I have a level, oh, okay. So I just like to level my pot now.
Seriously?
No, when I put the oil in it, the oil will, if you put the water or oil, it will tell you, well, how to level it. I would like to see it off balance.
So you have 3 chulhas here. And tell me about that 4th item there. That's a chulha as well? What's that?
Is that a chulha as well? What the Hindustani word for fireside is chulha. So this one is same traditional dirt fireside. This one is a concrete fireside, was given to me also as a gift to do a little video for him. His name is VJ Bhagwat. Then we have some put away here that I don't really use. This one was given to me by a friend in my arrow. Right, so this one is like a rim. It's on 3 foot, and it have this piece here where you can adjust
Oh, that's clever, boy.
to the pot how big it is.
Yeah.
Right, and that one you see in there, that is what they call a rocket fireside. This is a rocket fireside. Sarwan and Sachin had bought this a few Father's Day ago. So this one is, you open here, you put in the wood like this, and it will light and the flames will shoot up here.
And you will use that for a particular style of cooking, or?
Any style of cooking, but the thing is, with this one, you see over here is where the air vent, and it came with a fan to actually put on and put there. But I bring it in the garden here, and because you're not getting the airflow, so I just have it there.
It look like them things that it is using water fire off mortar rungs, they shoot up the rock in the air. So you call it a rocket.
Like a rocket fireside, because it's actually shooting up the flames like this. So, some aromatics. Everything was washed and married, right? You just had to keep on mentioning that because have people who just be asking. You didn't wash these seeds, no, you didn't wash this.
I like how you could hear the music in the background.
Yeah,
from the neighbors.
Yeah, from here, anything that's going on out on the main road and thing, you just be hearing it loud. On a Sunday, and everything.
So you end up with an extra table with your tailgate here?
Yeah, but I just use this now because the table is a little too short for me, it's a little too low for me. To be bending. You see what, this have a good height? But when Vidia here, that is good height for Vidia.
It has a massive compliment when you see you just bring out these knives on special occasions.
Yes. I usually buy the peeled garlic, but I don't like to peel garlic. I like to take off this little hard stem here.
When I look at you and your family doing all the thing with all the videos and cooking or whatever, I always tell my wife Kim that I admire how easy you all make it look and the joy with which you all seem to do it.
I think it's something you had to like. I mean, anything you're doing, anything you're doing, you had to have a little passion for it to actually do it and not complain. Sometimes you go to work and you're doing the work, you don't like it, but you're going because you have no other choice. But I had to say I'm very fortunate to actually do something. Even self the job I was in before, it's something that I love doing. And I just continue with it.
You think when somebody unhappy doing that job, that's an indication to keep looking?
To keep looking, I think you'll be 100% productive as well in your job. Sometimes better can be done, you just hold on a little bit and you don't just be there and say, well, okay, I don't like this, but I'm just doing it and you do work to your full capacity or whatever. Better you look for something else to do in between or until it better could be done, as I say.
What about when you're married?
Oh gosh.
When I see your wedding pictures, I say, wee boy, Dinesh and Vidia get married when they were very young.
That was from right the savannah you saw there. She right across the savannah, from the savannah.
Okay, so they grew up in the area?
Yeah, even I go on and I'm making a little trouble and things. There we go. She said, where? I said, go by me. She said, to stay. I said, yeah. And I take she in one hand, my bike in one hand. And that was it. We come.
You serious?
Yeah. She stayed by me a week actually. And then she went from back and we got married after. So here we have some onions and tomatoes. It's going into the hot oil. People are accustomed to me using wooden spoon because it would make the noise when you turn in your pot. But I tell them in the garden I'm not using no wooden spoon because I might take it and throw it in the fireside. Maybe by mistake, maybe on purpose. So this we have in here together with the garlic is what we would call puran. I grew up using a lot of Hindi terms like when to come to cooking. So the garlic, the onion and pimento is base for almost any dish, whether it be curry, stew, fry, sada, whatever. But the Hindi term for it is puran. Someone not to knock the pot, but I love to knock pot when I cook. She cooking, she is pearl, man. Don't knock my pot, don't knock my pot. And she turns she back up. You know they say not to throw garlic glass because the garlic could tend to burn faster. So after the onion and the pimentos fry up a little bit, add the onions, the garlic, sorry. And this smell for me, one of the best smell in the world. This reminds me, it brings back so much memories. Like when you hear we doing prayers, we have prayers and then, you know, it's a set of food cooking. And when you hear the chunky, throwing anything in the hot oil is chunky. When the chunky in them pot on them, nice smell. Sometimes a boy, a young boy, you know, you might have been, if they're doing it early, you might be sleeping or something. But that smell will wake you up. Sometimes I drive down the road and I smell it, you know. Like when I was working early in the morning, like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and by every house, sometimes if you're passing the same road, you know exactly which house going to chunky now and you know you're going to get that smell. It's a high smell. Ah boy, somebody chunky the pot boy.
Yeah. It's really a fantastic thing when you're driving through a neighborhood and you smell that. Oh, good curry cooking.
Sometimes you know what Auntie cooking too. Ah boy, Auntie cooking booty today or bhaji.
Now the wonderful thing for me, right, is that I look at all the ingredients that you have on the table here, and I have absolutely no idea what you're cooking.
Carapule or curry leaves. Right, so this is a special for curry especially. I'll use it in stew and all, it'll give this stew a very, very, very nice flavor. Now anything like this, anything organic, I'll just throw it back into the lab. I don't really throw it in bin or anything like that. It's obvious plastic or paper or whatever it is. But anything organic like this, I'll just
let's go back to the land one.
Yeah. Somebody said there's leave out the onion because I'll get trouble to peel. So it's in. Just follow the ancestors and listen to what they say. Run off. Sometimes they might tell you, try a little more.
It really always is funny to hear older folks giving measurements.
Yeah.
A pinch, a touch.
Pinch, a little touch.
A little more.
Done off. Measurements and don't talk about directions.
Is there a particular person you pattern your cooking after? Or try to get a repeat a taste of their food?
No, I don't try to repeat because thank God my mother's still alive. So if I want her taste of food, I'll just tell her that I want taste of food. But my cooking style come a little different from how she does cook. Sometimes I might do some things that she does, not all the time. She remain old school. Why I try to experiment and kinda evolve a little bit.
And what evolution would be based on measurements or different types of seasonings?
Yeah, different types of seasoning, experimenting. I love to experiment with different types of spices and seasoning and things. That's why I end up with my own blend of curry powder. Just from experimenting.
Last time I saw you in Korea, you were working on
a curry stew powder.
A curry stew powder. How that going?
See one?
You warned me. I was properly warned.
I haven't used it again since, and I didn't really get around to tuning it down or doing any adjustments as yet. A lot of people message and call and to get it, but not in the market as yet.
The existing ones you all have, how you distribute it?
From home. Mostly
Okay.
from home. I don't have it in any groceries or anything, supermarkets or anything like that. Because what I did was I tried to keep it solely for like subscribers and viewers and things like that. So when somebody wanted, they'll just contact me in whichever way, and I'll make arrangements for them to pick it up.
The way that people get out of cooking, I have never been able to identify with it.
To be honest, in a recent video I spoke about depression, and I don't know how I started talking about it. I just came out here, right here, to do a video, and I wasn't feeling well at home, and one of the things that calm me when I'm feeling like that is cooking. So I decided to come outside and just cook something, but I said, well, I might as well make a video one time. And that's how, I spoke about it, having depression, and only to realize, well, not only to realize, but I knew that a lot of people have been suffering from depression and anxiety. And most of them afraid to talk about it because they probably afraid that they will be laughed at. But I know how it is. I just get a lot of depression and anxiety, and with that now, you always want to be inside. I always want to be inside. I don't want to be amongst nobody. Sometimes 2-3 days might pass and I'm in my room, just there because, well, you have everything in your room. My wife Vidia will probably bring breakfast, lunch or dinner, or maybe all three in the room for me. So sometimes I spend a little 2 days, 3 days in the room right there. And it's only when I come outside, and whether you go to the beach, the river, you go to I wouldn't say friends or family, right? But more nature based places, you will realize that it helps a lot with being in the outdoors. And being outdoors, though mine is not a river or a beach here, but here is very relaxing and calm for me. So it's one of the places I always come to get a little peace of mind. Even when I come in the garden, I don't like to blend season and I like to cut up the season. Saffron, I can fry up nicely. Split peas, yellow dal. It was washed running already.
What are you going to add there next?
Rice.
Rice. Okay. Very nice to be here with you, Dinesh.
I appreciate you being here. I was very excited when I say you're coming. I'm very sad when I say you're almost in. Here we have 3 chickens. This is some of my all-purpose seasoning. Just some seasoning that I like to use. I just mix it up together. Cooking for me is a form of relaxation. So when I cooking, I don't like to hurry, unless I have people to feed and deadlines or whatever. Yeah, but otherwise I like to, like when I come inside here, I would have chunk in a pot and go and lie down in the hammock a little bit while I pot cooking.
I think that's something that I have been searching for a very long time. Something that I do that genuinely relaxes me. I think the one thing that I do that I enjoy, and I can immerse myself in it, and it takes me to that's a different zone where I feel very good, is writing. And it is something that I have, because I've done a number of different things.
Yes.
By the grace of God, right? The woodworking most recently.
And I must commend you on that woodworking. Marvelous. Because I did woodworking for 3 years and all. And my intention was to further it. But when I got into the other job that I was doing, which is poultry, I didn't bother with the woodworking again. But I'm familiar with some of the stuff that you have been doing, and you have been doing a very, very great job.
So you're meant to do it as a business?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the thing is, when I went to do the other job, I didn't even get to buy in as much as a hammer. It was only after lately then when I still wanted to do my own cupboards and whatever is when I went and bought all the other tools now. Saw, crosscut saw, circular saw, router, hammer, whatever, air compressor, gun, everything.
And at that time, what was inspiring you to look at woodworking? You were just looking for an opportunity, something to do, or you had a background with it?
No, I dropped out of school in form 4. That's when I went across to Cabbage. I went to Sugar as junior sec first, then I went across to Sugar Cabbage. I was senior. Somehow at the transition, I kind of lost track of what I was doing. I don't know why. And I decided to tell my parents, well, I don't want to waste their money or waste my time. And I decided to stop. Well, Daddy didn't agree with it. And Mommy didn't have a choice because I insist that I don't want to waste their time again. So I stayed home for about a week. Then a guy came and told me that he wants somebody to do mechanic. So I say, okay, no problem. Not too far from here. So I go on, well, he told me to take out the alternator from a car. I don't know where his alternator. Right? So he showed me where it is and thing. But the thing is, was a kind of old school mechanic and all the ground thick with grime and thing like this. I spread a feedback and I go on under the car now to try to take out the alternator. Only to feel something hot on my side here. The side was out. This was under the car, the side was out. When I get up and I come out, you have about 3 dogs and one of them come and do the numbers on me. So I just tell them I'm going home for lunch and that was it. I never go back. Yeah, I never go back. Just after that, maybe about a week after, a guy came and asked me if I wanted to do build wardrobe and couch and thing. I was very excited. I went and I stayed on there for 3 years. So I did the joining for 3 years. From apprentice straight up to a senior builder. So we was building and supplying like charons and things like that. The worker shop is right out from my ear. So I stayed there for 3 years. But in them days, Lyndon working for the kind of money I was working for, I was working like the first salary I actually get from there was $20. That was the first salary I got from there. And then it went up
$20 a day?
Huh?
A day?
$20 a week. Well, as an apprentice, I must say, right? Then from there, well, it started to go up and things. The last salary I worked for there was $35 for the day. And then I decided my dad was doing, he was working in a chicken company, or one of the grain mills to be exact. And I kind of begged him to get a work for me there to make more money because actually there was $5 an hour. He was working for $5 an hour there. So I said, well, it would be a little more money coming in and I'll get to buy my tools now. But so I get to like the job. Fell in love with it. I get promoted from supervisor to senior dispatcher. I had my own week learning from the company, so I ended up staying there for 13 years. And then after that I resigned and I started my own business. In one of the grain mills in there, They treated me very well, I must say. And they even sent me to UE. I went to UE there and do a supervisory skills course. And that is indeed helping me today to be where I am. Dropping out of school is not a good thing. It's not a good thing. I would not advise anybody to drop out of school. The children who are watching, I wouldn't advise that. But if better can be done and you had to do it, it doesn't mean to say you'll make a fool out of yourself. Or come out here and be somebody that in society wouldn't like you or appreciate you. You could come out and do something better. I didn't. This is cedar. You know what good wood, so. I see this we're going to look forward all about the place. Sometimes I just end up in the same situation, so looking forward. You looking forward to make things, I'm looking forward to wood.
Hello.
Good morning, how are you? How are you doing?
Very good, and you?
Very good, thank you. Hello, I'm Lyndon.
I know you ready for the. Say hi.
This is the boy whose birthday it was recently.
Yes.
Tell me his name again.
Asarian.
Asari. Okay. Very nice.
He woke up just now. That's the reason he having this kind of face, a grumpy, okay? Grumpy? Go get this Aji. Aja, no Aji. Oh gosh. I don't know when he will stop and tell you Aji.
You good? Good. Tired? Tired?
He opened it just now.
You're tired?
Yeah.
You can take a 5? Alright, so you want to take a 5 then, right? Tell uncle. Tell him hi. Get him a kiss. Get him a kiss there. Right here. Right here. Get him a kiss.
No way that I sleep right
Get him. Get him. Here, get him right here.
Get him a kiss.
Right here. Nah.
Uy, do. Heavy, Papa.
Too much smoke. Too much smoke.
What?
Dhal, rice.
Look good. Too hot. Yeah. Está muy caliente.
Uncle Kolaja.
Good day, sir.
How you doing?
How you doing, man?
Good. Everything cool?
Yeah, brother. Yeah, brother. Nice to see you, man.
Yeah, man.
It take me long to reach down here.
I find a little too long, eh? Take a little too long to reach down.
Yes.
There's only many for today.
You need to go walking.
Yeah.
So you need to take it along.
I like the stables.
Oh, you head out?
Yeah, I will.
It's kitchen?
So it's Friday, yeah.
Alright, brother. And I still to reach by you too, eh?
If I feel like it,
I'll
I'll
still
bring
finish by
it.
you.
Whenever I feel like it.
Thank you,
If
sir.
I feel like it, I'll bring some
Thank you.
food there. I'll get a week for the rice and bhagi. I feel like eat that for 30 days.
You're far from here? Your location far from here? Okay.
4 minutes, 3 minutes. But when you ask me for water, I want to know.
You want water?
Yeah, he wanted water, but he never asked me for water.
Such a tell sir, I want to bring some ice for me. I see he no leave with the car. Alright, he may go to it. Alright, Lyndon.
Alright, sir. All the best, eh?
Yeah, take
Yeah,
care.
man. A pleasure to meet you. Well, I'd meet you in Felicity there the time.
Yeah,
when you rambling, but we didn't get a chat. Yeah, I didn't recognize you.
You taller than I thought, boy. Hey. Fattest people jump you ever see. Yeah, it was nice
No,
seeing
but
you.
he go home. If what happened, we give him so.
Tell Uncle Lyndon, bye.
Travel safe. Bye-bye.
Tell him the trip.
Yeah, man. Alright, handsome fella.
You watching the
Take care.
the camera, you watching which part to kiss.
Yeah, he don't know where it is, okay?
You put the level on it?
I want like a level. Supposed to be. See that?
Yeah.
I'm just using the oil from the
on,
pot
brother.
to make sure. The woodwork it actually pay off for something now. This is meaty or fenugreek. Has a kind of bittersweet flavor, nutty. Some people describe it as maple syrup. I never had maple syrup. It tastes like maple syrup. But I noticed my grandparents and parents used to use it as a also a food preservative. So I have to season the food and all that stuff. Carapule or curry leaves. Some of the green season.
I was looking at your video in Flavor Village. You handle your presentation well, sir.
I used to be real nervous, boy, but kind of overcoming a little bit. This is the spicy curry powder that I was telling you about. Change style with Dinesh. Limited edition. Spicy curry powder. I have a measurement that I use. That is about 8 pounds of chicken. So I use 1 tablespoon to 2 pounds of meat. I like to rehydrate my curry because I know how I make it. Mostly everything was dehydrated. So I add some water to it. So now when I cook in the fireside, most of the time it will be very hot, right?
So chatakan mata cooking hard.
Chatakan mata, baby.
Shanti pot smelling good.
Yesterday I come, I just light up that smoke at it. And I jump in the hammock, man. And I had nothing to do again. Because I was doing some sweet potato and dashing. Kind of smoke it, roasted kind of way. And that went in right there. So just one barrel alone and meat. Till Vidia come in the garden. It's a whole piece and quiet. And the bhagi going in now. I might add it in 2 parts.
So is that this curry cook for a while?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been honest with you, sometimes I don't, sometimes I do. Alright, see me curry fry up nice. The indication is the oils start to separate from the curry itself. You can start kind of paste like this. And you're seeing little bubbles forming like a little volcano. Seasoned chicken inside. Good thing about cooking on a fireside and all with pots like these, you know, they need what we call a potola or a sapi. So, because how it's shaped on it, it just stick down good here. They don't move. So everybody coated in nice. Break time. Time to relax.
You mean and roast something out?
Tamadul.
Ah, there what the tomatoes for.
Put a yellow pepper.
How you like this fire hot?
I try not to make it too hot.
Make it how you like it.
See,
Make
no,
it how you like it.
take some oil. Make some slits in it. Then take your garlic. Stick it in there. So while the baigan is roasting, the garlic is steaming and getting soft as well. I don't want to push more than one in the same place. Baigan and tomato choka mix. Tomato choka
Dhal rice and bhagi
and the dal rice and bhagi alone to go with a meal.
and curried chicken for
Yes,
cutters.
it could be a nice vegetarian
Yeah,
meal as well.
I thought it wasn't coming.
Oh, no, I with the baby and he now take the baby in.
Thank you very much for having me over. I was telling your husband I don't feel like I'm being a good guest right now. I just watching them cook whole morning. So you can come and tell me if you're doing a good job now.
Oh, Lord.
Please.
If you're doing a good job.
Yeah. In your assessment, right?
In my assessment,
Yeah.
this fire want a little more wood in it.
Remember I was telling you about when the peace and quiet just stop?
Yeah. Is that wrong this time? wrong 1 o'clock.
Nah, Dinesh is doing an excellent job when you cooking, man. Wait, I done curry chicken too?
Hey, I don't stick you. Pong that amarule for me.
Pong ni dah baru ni. You bring the pong, ah?
Yeah. You.
Beside me, the next thing, you know.
Yeah, they. Hey, you can do it here if you want. Come here now. Go easy on my board, eh?
Oh gosh, it's so protective, eh?
I was telling Dinesh earlier that I always admire in all the videos how easy you will make things look and joyful when you're cooking.
I sure all the time here laughing.
Huh?
And only Richie start to laugh.
Yeah, his mood improve a bit. I think that's something about seeing multiple pots on a fire that has confused me.
Really?
Yeah, boy. Like keeping track of everything and where this reach and yeah. That's why I don't cook.
Maybe it
You don't cook and when keep cooking you're going to confusing sheet.
You know, in everybody river, yeah, pong with no musar and okra musar. Well, this is which one is this? The musar. They were pong with a rum bottle by the river.
Yeah.
But we have pong with no rum bottle here. But with this one, it's kind of pong a little careful before you pitch up as it have the pepper, you know?
I want the texture of this to be like people who like plenty dal. The dal rice and bhagi. A little more, how you like it? A little more dal, less dal, dry, wet.
I like it all.
Kinda like that.
Tell me I don't like it again.
I don't like it again. After 30 days, it's not good.
Yeah, kind of like a wet pilau, dry pilau situation. So I'll leave it a little more wet.
Okay. That's how you like it?
I like it anyhow I like it.
I
Same thing with
like
pilau.
more dal.
I don't have a problem with pilau. I eat it whether it's wet or dry. If you eat it and it's dry, you just wet it.
So this will take a little while for all to get real fine. Because the tomatoes, the middle part of the tomatoes is remain kind of hard. Even though when it's still.
You put your water in the cooler.
What's the hardest thing about being married to a man who could cook?
The hardest thing?
Yeah.
They feel like they cook better than you. When they learn everything from you.
Oh, they learn from you and
Yeah.
then they
And then after they want to feel like they cook better than you.
Just a record, I older than she. I cook him before she.
When you cook, I forget
First,
when
one of
you
the first thing I cook was tomato choka. Yeah.
my mother never make a tomato sugar for me and I started to make for you.
elevated. And I come out of the tradition of tomatoes, choka and roti every day. I started to make shrimp pasta and shrimp alfredo and chicken alfredo and that kind of thing.
So what are you trying to say? What are you trying to say?
You don't know how to make that?
I just give you the raw boy and the city. You had to give what do you call it?
Get him up to hang yourself?
No,
No room for maga goat?
yeah.
It's like I maga?
Long rope in my
You might look like a goat, but
It's like a goat, but not a maga. Okay, time to chunky up this thing here. Can you throw some oil in this one, please?
chunky what? The dal rice and bhagi? Okay, so that's still getting chunky.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just so you get chunky, the dal.
So you get the same flavor as our dal and rice and bhagi when eating it with your jeera and your garlic and
So now that video here I could operate a little differently now. Ask for things and things like that. Ow!
you want to bring something quick to chop it on?
Nah. Actually, man, it's a special occasion. You see, I'm chopping board and...
And you bring out your specialty knife and thing
Yeah.
here. Why show them knife me get all now, get up?
Wait a minute, you want the Gia?
I have it right here for you also. Doing so. Bring the jeera. Garlic there. There it is. You bring the power for that one? Hold it.
Nah, I'll tell you something.
Lyndon, the last time we roast some baigan, the baigan longer
Let's
than
pull this
the...
piece of wood a little bit, so.
This one?
So, yeah. Let's, right. Nice. You're walking.
Okay.
Oh, that's smelling good.
So, what's for me? That's what I'm doing. You're not any culture on
You're not going to call just like you're not going to... How much are you pot today?
plenty.
Different kinds.
Yes, well, now people
You got to.
would say, hey boy, you know if we add some oil and bun garlic to that, that thing will amplify in taste.
Who was the man who took
Yeah,
over
boy.
that?
Experimentation, like what I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
You're not going to I'm going to make the coffee for Lyndon and I'll bring some for you all one. Right? Lyndon, how you want your sugar in it? Medium?
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah, one teaspoon is fine.
This is some onions and some tomato pepper. Hey, look how far we going from very fast in here, you know.
And the interest you had to
Yeah.
build.
When I started to cook more on fireside, I just remember the fireside flavor that I used to get from my grandmother, especially. And she used to have her fireside light and holy. Probably not burning like this with flames, but at least the coals lighted, and she always had a cup with coffee in it. And the cup was a white cup, and inside the cup, to the level where the coffee used to be, got stained brown, dark brown. Because she coffee used to be strong, but she never said strong, she used to say strong. Yeah, broken English now. And for borrow, she used to say borrow. And like if you want the barrow to push, she used to say borrow. So some neighbor come to borrow the borrow. My grandfather and all, he used to make enamel plates and enamel plate by them. But he had his special, was a bigger plate. I have one like it more than actually bigger. Big enamel plate a big cup with water, and a small bowl or something with salt and pepper in it. No matter how good the food cooks, you have to get that salt and pepper once I eat. And eat and sit down on a hammock and eat. His name was Brain Man.
Brain Man.
That was the nickname, Brain Man. And my father nickname was Piggy.
Piggy.
Yeah, when he was to go to school, he was like a pig. Jumping in all them little drain that have and going to school barefoot and with his shirt open and all kind of thing.
In this area, you all go back generations. Father, grandfather.
I sit down over and say, mommy and daddy, they live just a few houses apart. Where mommy was living, you just go around the bend, so and daddy was living right there. Sitting over there and I...
You take off there, father?
Yeah. Yeah. Roast baigan, man. You ever tell you have a roast baigan?
No. You have a roast baigan or you're looking like a roast baigan?
Looking have. Depends on how far they see.
So that's not a compliment. So that garlic did make a big difference.
Yeah, that's it. It doesn't steam already, watch it. It's supposed to be a little softer than normal. You know when you're barbecuing and thing or smoking meat, the brown part on the outside they call it the back. You ever hear that too?
No, never.
Yeah, the ring, this where it has all the flavor with the smoke, they call it the back. So you see like this brown spots here? It have similar effects. It has all the smokiness in it.
And you want to capture that for the flavor?
Yeah. Same thing with cooking on a stove or whatever. The part that sticks to the pot the most is where you get the flavor. So upon it is the knife that I use, a little too sharp, so it cut up the skin as I was doing that. That's okay. To get a little blackness in it, all its flavor. As I say, all this is organic, so all this just goes back into the land, just so.
As a YouTuber, do you feel at times a kind of unnecessary pressure to say certain things to pacify our audience or subscriber that you feel like maybe it's not necessary but you have to do it?
Yeah. Same thing I was doing this morning. Like the dal has been washed, chicken has been washed, rice has been washed, seasoned. Like just one thing, right? Because a lot of them, sometimes if somebody in the channel for a little while, they will know, well, yes, Dinesh cooking, Dinesh just wash everything before he cook. But sometimes you might get the one or two new ones who will come and say, well, me I see he wash the rice, or I see he wash the chicken, or things like that. So let's stick him in now.
I think there's a certain danger to accommodating subscribers a bit too much.
You know, when you're doing cooking or when you're doing anything, in fact, it always have somebody who think they know better than you. And I have no problem with anybody knowing better than me. But the thing is, when I cook or whatever, this is how I know, this is how I grew up, this is how I know to do it. Yes, I will experiment with other stuff when it is pleasing to me. But in the meantime, I like to eat curry chicken, I like to eat curry duck, I like curry, I love curry till I end up making my own curry. I love baigan choka. Doesn't mean to say I wouldn't go and experiment with something else in between. But in the meantime, that is what I do. So you might hear somebody telling me, for instance, who always cook the same thing over and over and over. That is why I like to eat, that is why I just cook. 99.9% of my subscribers are very, very nice, polite, genuine subscribers.
Excellent.
I wouldn't lie for you for that. Negative comments?
I'm back.
All right.
Negative comments might
A
be...
pleasure to see you.
Would you like to have some coffee, hon?
Yes, please.
I don't make no hunger coffee, I make an instant coffee. Here you go, Lyndon.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I hope it have enough.
This is fine. This is great.
Don't come here and get some coffee. One time more dry. Cheers, boy.
Oh, yes. No, I didn't touch my lips yet. Cheers.
Cheers.
So, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And I want to take this time to say I really appreciate. I know he's a man, a very busy man, and I've tried it in the past to try to get you to to come and collaborate and whatever.
Yeah, like, seriously, he's one of the person that Dinesh have always looked up to.
Yeah, remember you was one of my, you are my go-to.
Yeah, and he is really his go-to.
Well, it's an honor to hear that and to be that person. So thank you very much.
And everything he always talk about Lyndon and everything, he really have a special feeling with you. So you should really feel on it.
Yes, thank you. I wouldn't take too much, don't worry. You're safe.
Oh gosh. You chomping choka?
Yeah.
Some have to say?
Oh yeah.
Have enough milk?
It's perfect, thank you. At least that coffee and something about it take me back to coffee and tea that my auntie just make when I go eat carcass long time. Yeah, like how Dinesh you're talking about memories with food and whatever. Something more than coffee remind me about the carcass long time, boy.
Plenty of them say when they eat or drink anything from we, they take them back to a long time. So it's like we have a real old age time with
Yeah.
I have a partner from Claxton, they just say Felicity coffee.
We went and I buy him and when he come, he saw the one coffee, so he say, yeah, time to go make it then. I had to make the coffee because here come Felicity to get it.
So this is from the Dama
Do the dance.
You do the dance, Satan.
I was watching that video when you said it to me. That's some good dancing in it, man. She's a local lady at Trinidad,
Who's that?
Yeah.
That Pong the Damadol
Yeah,
video you said.
her name is Rasika Dindia.
Yeah,
Okay.
She lives in St. Helena.
Let's go, she the Rani.
Okay, so you have quite a collection of music? Seriously?
A lot.
Let me have a clear this table, man.
When does do that? Very cover, please.
That's hot oil.
Yeah, that's what I cover it and let it kind of consume it a little bit. I'll cover this on top. Here to warm up again. So the breeze in the back here is tend to cool now, but we have natural food warmers.
Yeah. So tell me, you're in the poultry business, and then at what point Vid's Kitchen was, at what point did that start?
Trying to make ends meet. So with that, we was actually struggling and we tried with the food business. When we started, we didn't really have, I don't think it had too much of social media as yet. We started small, sometimes me and Vidia right in front there selling, it was a little tent we had, and we started to sell barbecue, and sometimes for the weekend we sell like 1 chicken, $4 of barbecue, $3 of barbecue, like that. And then we had stopped for a while. Vidia started practicing her doubles making and started to perfect it after some time, and Daddy keep on saying, you should go and sell, go and do something, go and sell, till eventually he passed away in 2017. And 2018 we decided to open back Vid's Kitchen, but with aloo pie, doubles, pulori, things like that, Indian delicacies. We did that for some time, but because we in the back road here, it was kind of hard to get customers in the back here. And then we decided, when Facebook and started, we decided to do the barbecue and fried chicken. So I worked on a fried chicken recipe and a barbecue recipe, and we started, and from that we continued here. Sachin opened another branch in McBean, and then we started to kind of outgrow home. So Sachin, when he took over, when he gave him the business, he told me that, well, he see a place out on the main road and he want to go and try. I say, hey, but you're not going to try. If you're taking, you're going to take everything and go one time and do your thing. He go on there and he started, and that was it. We ended up closing on McBean because all the customers from McBean ended up coming. We just decided to buy. And McBean got a little slow, so we just decided to close McBean and keep one spot.
And Vid's Kitchen, they still do like the aloo pies, or they transition totally towards grilled food?
Yeah, grilled food, fried food. On the menu they have like fried chicken, barbecue chicken, shrimp, fish, lamb. Then you have a sandwich, a chicken sandwich, noodles, fried rice, potato salad. different stuff different size he will mix at certain times. And then he has fish and shrimp and thing, but for Lent and thing, he'll make sure and have it available, fish and shrimp. And then for the fasting period, Hindu's fasting period, we have like tofu and soya and this kind of stuff. But we make sure that everything is cooked separately. Also, all the meats in Vid's kitchen are halal. We are not Muslims, but we have strict Muslim halal in the chicken for us.
In the video description, I'll put a link with directions to Vid's kitchen so you all can check it out. It's amazing when all these different pieces of life just kind of come together to form a solution.
The thing is, I always like to look back. I always like my roots. I always like to look back from where I come from. And you know, the struggle was real. And thank and praise God today, you know. It's good. It mightn't be perfect, but it's good. Sometimes, and even sometimes I go as fast to say, I good, I perfect. My life then perfect. I don't think I want anything more. Whatever I do now is probably for your children and a grandchildren and things. At this stage at 50 years.
No, I'm fine. Thank you very much.
Every time I tell she dagger, she must put one more spoon of rice or one piece of meat again, all the time. Oi. Yeah, did that work? Alright, nice.
And the tomatoes choka.
I'm going to see if I get rid of lasagna and we can flex already.
Sana kami had baigan and now you need more than you know.
So you didn't sleep naked? Wow, please make it hot or? You're a king. What?
King of the jungle.
Let me show you the real king.
Hi.
Okay,
I am good. How you doing? It's fireside food here. Not curried chicken.
Let's give him a spoon.
And Dhal rice and bhagi in one. How much spoon you bring on?
Two. That's a 6 spoon.
Oh boy.
Come on here.
This is the life. Curry is really nice to get away.
Yeah. When I go home, I came to this food, she went to get a more smoky flavor than where you get in there.